For those of you who don't know, Social Point is a fantastic social and mobile social game developer based out of Spain, right? And I will turn it over to them now.
Hello. Hi, everybody. We are Andrés BOU and Horacio MARTOS from Barcelona. It's a pleasure to be here with you in Hamburg. A little bit colder than Barcelona, but anyway, great city. So the title of the presentation of today is Cross-Platform Experience. We are going to explain you how we have developed our first huge mobile game. So first of all, our fast presentation of the company. We founded the company in 2008. We have a single office in Barcelona with 140 people and growing. And now 50% of the people is working into mobile games. During 2011 and 2012, we raised $50 million. And today we can say that we are the 4 largest companies in terms of monthly active users on Facebook. So, it's working, the micro? Yeah. We have 3 main hits: Social Empires, Social Wars, and Dragon City. And just to share you some numbers, for example, in Social Wars, the players are making 300,000 attacks by hour, and in Dragon City we have near 6 million daily active users. It's lots of people playing every day. Little bit the history. When we finished the university in 2008, we are computer science engineers without any experience working or any experience making games. We decided to found Social Point. We make our first game, Public Stars. It was a success in terms of user, but it was terrible in terms of monetization. Then we decided to continue making really small casual games. We grow a lot in terms of users. We grow until 15 million monthly active users. And then we decided with a team of 8 people to invest 5 months making our first huge virtual good game that was Social Empires. We launched Social Empires, and from the beginning we had excellent results in terms of KPIs, retention, monetization. So then we started to look for money, and we raised the fundraiser for the top VC technological of Spain. And we use this money in 2 things mainly: to grow in terms of team, to make better and more games, and to invest on marketing to get more DAUs. Why our games are different? Well, mainly while other companies are making games focused to a female audience, like King.com, that they are doing very well in the casual games, or Zynga, that they are making simulation games like Farmville, we decided to create action and strategy games very male-oriented, because first, it's the games that we like to play, and second, because these games can offer you a really high retention, and much more important, with the PvP modes, really high monetization. So this year we are going to do mainly 2 things. We're going to consolidate Social Point as the mid-core leader on male. So we are going to launch more new IPs to the male audience. And second and most important, we are going to enter into the mobile market offering full cross-platform experience. This is very important. Launching the mobile versions of our existing hits. So today we are announcing that we are going to launch Dragon City Mobile at the end of this month. And we are working in an action RPG game that is in a beta period, in a closed beta. It's an action RPG game a little bit like Diablo, a new genre on Facebook, and it will be launched in the next month to worldwide. We are also working in 2 new games that they will be launched before the end of this year. So this is an illustration of Dark Warriors a little bit. This is the gameplay where you can see typical action RPG elements, like the life, the mana, and the monsters. Just really fast key factors to succeed in social games. We understand and we trust that the social games, they have to be very simple to play. So forget spending 40 minutes in a tutorial understanding how to play. Users have to understand from the beginning how they have to play the game, and they have to enjoy it from the beginning. The social interaction is very, very important. Like, playing with friends is always much more funny than playing with people that you don't know. The action and the PvP. This component work very, very well in terms of monetization. Imagine that I'm attacking Andres and I destroy their dragons, their troops, their castle. So he will be very angry, and for sure he will pay to take revenge for me. And also it's very, very important into this market, the analytics. We are a very data-driven company. We track everything that is happening into our users, because it's very important for us to understand which are the weakest points of our games and where we have to improve. For this reason, we analyze everything, and when we detect that there is some problem, we try to fix it. So just 3 advices. when you create a social game, you should focus mainly in three things: retention, virality, and monetization. It's very important that you take care about all the funnels of your games, the tutorial, and the first session is amazing. The appointment mechanics are also very, very important because you have to offer a reward to the users to come back again and again, day by day. Also, the virality is important. You have to offer the possibility to play with your friends and to invite them. And obviously, if you want to have a successful game, you have to have a high monetization to be profitable.
Okay. Hi. Okay. So now we are going to explain you how we move it from a canvas game to a cross-platform game. Dragon City is our biggest canvas game on Facebook that we have right now. It's the 5th biggest game in Facebook with 6 million daily active users. It's the 2nd best rated game during last year, 2012. And we are going to explain you how we have done, what changes, which challenges we have found to create a cross-platform game. So the way how we understand cross-platform games in Social Point is that we want to create a full cross-platform experience. That means that we want that the same user is able to play the same game, the same gameplay, the same progress in all the devices at the same time. So we want that the users play Dragon City on their laptop when they are at the office. They continue playing on their iPhone when they are at the cafeteria or in a restaurant. And they continue playing at night when they are in the sofa with the iPad. So we want that users are able to play Dragon City everywhere. So why we want to create that? So we understand if we are able to create this experience of playing everywhere, users at the end will engage more with our games, and finally they will monetize better. That's our objective. So here we wanted to share with you some reference of people on the market that have done this kind of experience very successful. For example, you have the title of King.com, Candy Crush Saga, that launched the mobile version 2 months ago, and they saw a great succeed in terms of DAU. So the growing that they have seen during the last month was amazing. Other reference, for example, Diamond Dash from Buga, they recently shared that people who Facebook connected with on their mobile device, they monetize 9 times better. So they were able to prove that if you are able to create this cross-platform experience, play everywhere, you will engage more your users and you will monetize them better. So here are the 6 biggest challenges that we found during creating this new product, this cross-platform product. So first of all, the Apple Store challenge. So as you know, the Apple Store right now, nowadays, is extremely crowded. There are tons and tons of applications already on the market and new ones going live every day. So it's extremely difficult to get visibility and to get new users organically. So the way how we decided to solve that problem in Social Point was to Facebook Connect. So we have an extremely huge user base on Facebook, 6 million DAU, and we want that all those users that already have an iPhone or an iPad, they will say, hey, right now Dragon City is live on the iPad or on the mobile. So every time that they will open their Facebook application, they will see Dragon City is Facebook connected. And not only that, when they open their App Center via the Facebook app, they will also see that Dragon City is there. So another thing that Facebook connecting your app with the mobile devices brings you is that all the gifts and requests that the user sends, they will receive iPhone notifications. So imagine all the millions of notifications, of gifts that we are sending every day, 700 millions. Right now, all the people that have an iPhone or an iPad, they will receive, hey, you received a gift or someone attacked you on Dragon City. And here, for me, is the most important point. The most important point is that all those users that will receive these notifications, these interactions, once they click on the notification or either in a Facebook advertising on the mobile, they will get redirected to the Apple Store directly, frictionless. So, and they will be able to install the new mobile version of Dragon City. So, another challenge, so it's not just Facebook connecting to cross-promote. So if you want to Facebook connect, you have to bring users an incentive to do that. So basically what we did at Social Point with Dragon City Mobile is to, first of all, give them a reward because of Facebook connecting. For example, in this case, we are giving them a free dragon, which is a quite good present. And then there are some gameplays that are only able to do it if you are Facebook connected. So you are able to visit your islands friends, the islands of your friends. You are also able to send gifts to them, send food, send gold, wherever. You are able to manage all these social interactions. And also, a very important thing of Dragon City is the PvP mechanics that we have inside the game. So in Dragon City, you are able to prepare your dragons to go to battle. And if the game is Facebook connected, you are able to access this mode. If not, you are not able to do it.
Another big challenge that we had when we make Dragon City iOS, it's the UI, obviously. So on the Canvas game, we have a really big screen, a PC screen, where we can put a lot of information. This is the store screen of the Facebook Canvas version, where you can see there is a lot of information, categories, subcategories, a lot of elements. There is the mouse over, where you can see in more detail how the dragon is. And it was a really big challenge for us, putting all this information into an iPhone screen. We designed first the game to an iPhone screen because it's smaller, and then when the game was done, we make the iPad version. So mainly this was the final store screen. Like you can see, there is much less information. We give just the more important things. We hide the subcategories, and with the typical scroll system of the touch devices, you can reach all the items. And then we created separated screens to show the different items that we had on the game that you will see later in a video. Now, for example, we are going to see how we iterated the social screen. At the beginning, we had lots of different friends with the options of gift, visit, and on the bottom, we had different tabs with the friends, message, everywhere. Then we decided to change the layout and put it vertically to improve the usability, but we continue having too many friends on the screen, and it was not really good. Finally, we decided to create a typical list where you can see the order, and to create the ranking of friends was much more better. These are the typical mockups that we do before we create the screen. And this was the final look and feel of the screen. Like you can see, there is very clear how the friends are ordered, and then you can send them directly gifts or visiting them. Another screen, very important for us, the most important building, the Breathing Mountain. This was the first mock-up, but then developers decided to make this really beautiful screen. We like it a lot, but then when we tested this screen during the focus group, we realized that all the users, they were very confused because they were not able to find their dragons, and they were not able to understand how they have to start breeding, where is the button. So we started changing the layout, putting more options, more dragons with a new list bigger, and changing the layout. And finally, this was the result. We have iterated in some screens around 5 or 6 times. It was very, very important for us that users understand from the beginning, without making any effort, how to play the game. Another important point, choosing the icon. We made around 45 different icons. We give the opinion of lots of people, and then we decided to choose this icon because it was the most, from our point of view, the most visible and the most attractive. And very, very important, during the development of the game, we make around 10 different focus groups with 10 different people, so 100 people come to the office of Social Point. The important point here was that half of them were new users. They were never played Dragon City, but half of them, they were existing users from Dragon City. And the experience and the feedback was very, very different. So the new users, they helped us a lot to improve the tutorial. We changed the tutorial of the game around 3 or 4 times until we expect the results that we were reaching. And the existing users, they were very concerned about how the battle systems, how the combat, how they can find their friends into the game. So we changed different parts for these existing users. But this was a very, very important point to be sure that the game that we are doing, the people like it.
So now I wanted to finalize, give some advice about what happens when you launch the product. So this advice is for all kinds of games, cross-platform games, mobile games, campus games. So I want to give you the message that once you have launched the game is where the real hard working starts. So it's sad, but that's the truth. So in this kind of games, for example, in Dragon City Campus, we have right now 4 different versions of the game. So every single feature that is going live into that game is A/B tested. So we A/B test everything, we check the KPIs, and after that, we decide if this feature goes live for everybody or not. So it's very important that once the game is launched, you have to iterate, and it's never ending. So you have to be always iterating to try to improve the most important KPIs that for us are the retention and the monetization. So take that very seriously. Once the game is launched, is where the real work starts. So about the marketing strategy, how to promote a cross-platform game, and how to promote a game that is coming from Canvas to mobile. So the most important thing that I mentioned to you, cross-promotion. So our most important asset that we have right now is the 6 million DAUs that they are playing the Canvas version. So we will push very hard on them, and we will try to cross-promote as many of them as we can. Second, make noise. You have to create as much noise as you can. So make all the PR, bloggers, game reviews, everything that is on your hands to make that everybody is talking about your product. Third point, make Apple love you. This is an important point. So you have to try that Apple loves you. Fourth point, user acquisition. So basically you have 4 different ways to acquire users that are free app networks, incentivized, non-incentivized, and organic ones. So it's important that you know that the rankings on the Apple Store mainly depend on the number of downloads that you get on a daily basis. So, and that if you are able to reach these top ranks, you will get tons of organic users. So once you reach top 10, top 5, top 3, you can expect a lot of new downloads. Another very important point is that you have to analyze very, very carefully all the sources of installs that you are getting. So in Facebook Canvas is a little bit different, but in mobile advertising, every source of traffic can be very different. So you have to analyze them in terms of ROI, so return of investment, and also in terms of engagement and retention of those users that you are acquiring. And secondly, well, finally, you have to update your game quite often. So you have to give to your users the view that your game is always alive. So that new features, new content, new dragons, wherever, comes fresh every month. So right now we are going to show you a brief video of the launchment of Dragon City Mobile that is going to be by the end of this month.
on, you can applaud. Okay, that's all of our presentation. We hope that you enjoy it a lot. So just mention that we are hiring in Barcelona, so if you like the beach, you like the tapas, you can come to visit our offices and we'll be glad to meet you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Who doesn't like the beach and tapas, really? Questions? Do I have to start it off? I have two. How do you make Apple love you?
It's not easy. It's not easy at all. So, no, but the thing is that you have to be transparent with them and talk with them and show them your product that you are building on their platform. And that's what we did, basically. Nothing is assured, so no one will assure you that you will get featured by Apple, but you have to do this kind of conversations with them, giving them access to the app, let's try it, hear this feedback, and so on and so on. So it's a little bit of networking with them, only that.
And also, in addition to Andres, what is obviously that Apple is expecting always high-quality games. So you have to offer them games with a really, really high quality because they take a lot of care from the experience that users have from the iPhones and iPads. No? So the experience into your game has to be really, really good, really smooth, everything perfect.
So my second question is, you mentioned source tracking on mobile. So how you track the different sources that you have coming in to make sure that each of the sources are performing the way that you would expect them to. How do you do that on mobile?
Well, there are some companies that do that for you. So there are some third-party mobile tracking companies like AdX or HasOffers that basically you can implement their SDK on your app and you can see how all the advertising sources are performing in terms of ROI or in terms of secondary retention, 1 week retention, so on and so on.
Thank you. Any other questions for Horacio or Andres?
Come on, don't be shy.
They're friendly Spanish guys. Well, thank you very much then.
Thank you for you.